I'm going to use this image here as an example of how I deal with light when it comes to creating my artwork. Now, as you can see, the places of interest that I have brightened up within the image of the dive is the man's body, the rooftop of the house, the foreground, and the ground, mid-ground in front of the house, and the light coming from the right, and the light slightly to the left of the image of the man diving. So this image is made up out of several different layers. The background and the foreground and the midground are three separate layers, as is the house and the man diving, and also the little walkway that he's diving from. So there are many layers involved here. And to get an overall cohesive look, to make the light right and make everything blend nicely together, it's very important that you understand colour when it comes to creating art rather than an actual photograph. So what I do is I put all the layers together, and then I use my curve tool to manipulate the colors until I'm happy, and then I use a layer over it, which is usually in the main color of the image, which was green. So I have a kind of a green layer put over all of this. And then when I have that layer put over it, I use mask on it. And then I paint on my white mask layer with black so that it shows through the roof and around the areas there in the midground and the foreground and the man's body itself, so that the rest of the image is dulled by the layer, but by painting through, it brings forward the image which is lighter underneath, and this makes your eye become drawn to the lighter areas which are of interest, and which is why I've highlighted them. So I have used just on the edges the dodge tool just here and there. I don't like to use it a lot because it just gives a very false look. So I've used it just at the very bottom of the roof of the house, and a little bit along the rocks just at the foreground, just to highlight the texture of the rock there, just to make it a bit more interesting looking. So my clouds I painted in using the colour that I picked up from the background on the left of the diver, and as I said, that makes the whole image nice and cohesive so that it all blends together and is easy on the eye. When you're merging 4 or 5 images together, it's really important that they don't look copy and pasted. It's very important that the edges, when you've cut out your image, don't leave any of the original background of that image around it. It's really good that it's not too sharp. You need to soften up the edges a little bit so that they blend in and give a realistic look. So that's how I do it, and I hope that's of interest to you. Thank you very much.